done by now. Seems we're running late. Let's put the food on the table fast as we're able. Guests are coming at 8. When we're caught in the Christmas rush, it's so easy to lose touch with the true meaning of things and what really matters. Just look up in the December night. There is one star shining bright. It shines on one and all. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on. Simmer down, pass a big smile around. Now that everything is gold, the children hunker down to see what's hidden beneath the Christmas tree. Look but not touch, they're told. When we're caught in the Christmas rush, it's so easy to lose touch with the true meaning of things and what really matters. Just look up in the December night. There is one star shining bright. It shines on one and all. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on. Look up in the December night. There is one star shining bright. It shines on one and all. On this cold December night, there is one star shining bright, and it shines for you and me. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on.
Welcome to the wrap-up of Vlogmas. I am a couple days late, but it's my Vlogmas, and that's totally cool. My name's Kimberly McAlinden, and I'm so glad that you are here. It's the end. I don't like the endings of things. But yeah, it's the end of Vlogmas 2024. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. Stay tuned to see who the big winner is at the end. And I have what the prize is. I told you the prize was going to be big, and it is. It is the Advent from 2022 from Chelsea Yarns. It is the Après Ski. I just haven't had a chance to use it, and I have too many other projects going on, and I thought, why not share this beautiful, amazing Advent with everybody? So everything is in here. There's also the extra, there's a bag for it. Here's all the gear. There's a full skein in here, and there is even a mug. I think that was part of it. And all of the yarns. I think there's even candy in here. Let's see. Yep. There's lots of beautiful stuff. The full skein is in here as well. And so let's... Woo! So this will be going to one lucky winner. And I will do the drawing in just a little bit. Christmas Eve and Christmas were fantastic. On Christmas Eve, my daughter Marin and I were serving in church. Here's a little clip of that. It was really, really nice to serve with her, and the service was beautiful, and it was great. Then we had a bunch of people back at our house. We had a party, and we do that every year. I'm exhausted. I was exhausted, but it was great. It was wonderful, and we had friends, and fire, and we had snow that morning. Oh, it was so great. And then we were finished. My husband and I sat down at 11:59. We had all the gifts out. Everything was cleaned up. My daughter Marin and Graham and our son Graham were just champs. They did the dishes and helped us with the cleanup. That was incredible. And then Christmas morning was fantastic. My brother, his wife, and their son were here. My dad and his significant other were here. And we just had a wonderful, wonderful day. I made a casserole, that Christmas casserole. Oh, friends, the Boozy Punch, big hit. Big, big hit. We hardly had any left. And it was a wonderful day. And then after brunch and opening gifts, we went to my brother's house for dinner. And so it was wonderful. Boxing Day, I was exhausted, but then that night of Boxing Day, we went to, I was a guest on Long Island Yarn and Farm's 12 Days of Christmas. I was the first guest, and it was wonderful. It was so much fun, and Tabitha just has a really cool lineup of people. I will put in the description box the link for you to follow to watch. It's a free event. Tonight actually is going to be Needles at the Ready. And she just has like really, really cool people on there because she has such an eclectic group of people because of her shearing and the people from the mill. She has dyers, she has just, designers, podcasters. She just has, it's really, really cool. So mine, I will put the link of where mine is from last night if you wanted to watch that. So that was really fun. And then today I was catching up on some knitting, and I will show you that. Let's start with the Advent socks. I had a snafu. I knit the sock. I knit the toe, and the tutorial for the Afterthought heel is coming up. So why don't we watch the tutorial, and then I'll tell you what happened. So let's go down to my hands and watch that now. I have my knitted sock here. I have finished the toe, Kitchenered it all together. And here are the 24 stripes. Very excited about that. When I look at the sock, I do it on double pointed needles. So I have half of the stitches on this side, half on this side, and then this is the top of the sock. This is the part that I would like to look at as I'm looking at my socks. The heel is going to go on this side. All right. I was looking on Instagram, and it pretty much was around this spot right here, around this pink and green spot. So I am going to use this right around here as the place where I would like. Now my sock has 62 stitches. So I'm going to figure out where the center of 62 is. This kind of looks like the end to me here, this one. So let's put a locking marker in this stitch here. Okay. Because when I count how many rows or rounds actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's around 5. So, this third round right here is where I'm going to be, where I'm going to put my heel. So if this is stitch 1 right here, let's count back 32, which is half of 64 stitches. 1, 2, to this stitch right here. All right, I'm going to put another locking stitch marker that matches. So we have 2 pinks. This is 32. So we're going to have 16 and 16. Now we can count them again. So yes, I am at, this is the area that I'm going to undo. And now I'm going to just go in the center here. And I'm just going to pick up a stitch, which I am going to put a locking marker on. Now you can do this as you're knitting. You absolutely can do that. All right. If you don't want to go through all of this, as an afterthought, if you know, which I did not, if you know where you are going to put your heel while you're knitting, you can come around here and use a scrap piece of yarn and knit these stitches, right? And then so you would knit across with scrap yarn. Then you would knit this row again with the yarn. And then you would just take out the yarn. It's really easy. So here I am going to pick up the right leg of the stitch, and I'm going to put it on 2 needles. So I'm simply going to follow the row. It's actually around, but I'm going to follow that and pick up the stitches. Just the right hand leg of the stitch. And we're going to do that above and below the marked stitch. So currently I'm above this stitch. Okay. Oh, I just pulled, there we go. So this should be 32 stitches on 1 needle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 32. Yippee. And now we're going to pick up the stitches below this marked stitch. Now, because of the patterning, this looks a little wonky because we have a slip stitch here, but stick with me. Oh, good grief. See how I just pulled that out? All right. It's a little tough at the end because the needle is here. One thing that you can do is use use circular needles and pull the needle out so that the cord is wrapped here, and that sometimes makes it easier to pick up the stitches. So the important thing to notice is in between here there is a row of stitches, and that's the row we're going to remove. Now, because this is a patterned, it's very it's not very noticeable, but it kind of is. Where we have slip stitches here, that's why you're seeing these colors here. All right, now for the fun part, we're going to get our scissors. I'm going to pull up this 1 stitch, and I'm going to knit. I'm going to snip the right leg of that stitch. All right, now we're going to unravel. I like to put my hand inside to unravel. And if I've gotten it snipped all the right way, it will start, but I don't think I did. Let's see. I didn't get the whole piece of yarn here. All right. Okay. I didn't cut the whole strand of yarn. All right. I'm going to stick my hand in here and just follow the path. I can use my needle here and unravel the stitches. So I'm going to unravel here until there are 2 stitches remaining. And then I'm going to start on this side and unravel. Until there are 2 stitches remaining over here. And I'm going to speed this up. Okay, now you can see that there are 2 little stitches left in between here on this side. All right, and there's 2 stitches left on this side. I can now take out the markers. And now I have all of the stitches that I need. And now I'm going to separate them. Whoopsie. So that I have, just like when I was knitting, I have 16 on one needle, on needles 1 and 3, and 32 on row 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. And now look it. Now it just looks like when you're regularly knitting, right? We're going to tuck these in, and those are great to use if you want to, if you need to close anything up. We'll just stick those in here. And now with our new yarn, we're going to start knitting. I like to knit for my heels 2 rounds before I start the decreases. And if you're, whatever kind of heel you like to use, you could do any type. Right now, it simply looks like if you were just knitting and you had stopped to do the heel flap. An afterthought heel. All right, and so now you're simply going to start knitting, right? Adding in your yarn. I'm going to knit 2 rounds because I like to knit the 2 rounds before I start the decreases. You could do any heel that you would like except a heel flap. Maybe you could do it. I don't think you can though. So you could do a short row heel, fish kiss heel, I think it's called, shadow heel. But I prefer the heel that is worked exactly like when you're knitting the toe. So my heel is going to look just like this. It's going to come off like that. And that is how you cut into your knitting to work an Afterthought heel. And when I put this on, there's no disruption in my stripe sequence. What's going to happen is the heel is going to be right here, like this. And it's going to look amazing. It would have been a little bit easier if I had used smaller needles, or if I had used the cable of a long circular needle. It would have been much easier. It looked a lot harder than it actually was. And it's been a while since I've knit socks. And knitting this pair, I've actually learned a bunch about myself. The first thing is I have minuscule feet. My husband always says I have tiny, tiny feet, and I do have small feet. So when I was doing the heel, I had finished everything, but before I had Kitchenered the heel, I put the sock on and it was gigantic. I thought, oh my God, that stinks. I always made my socks toe up, and I prefer toe up socks, but this time I started with the cuff. And you know, I wasn't thinking it through. So the way to fix that was I took out the toe and I took out the heel, and I started again, but I started with, so I knit these on size 2 needles. I went down to a 0. So I was able to knit the toe, and it's much, much smaller than the toe you actually saw in the tutorial. It just is a regular toe, but the stitches are a lot smaller than the main body. And then that also happened on the heel. I did the Afterthought heel that is exactly like the toe. I didn't do short rows or anything like that. I just simply knit another heel. It looks and feels really great. And once I have these pressed, and you know, I'll have pretty photos of them. But I finished one, and the second one I took out the toe and I'm re-knitting on size 1 needles. So that's where we are, and I have to put the heel in this one as well. That's where I am on these. I am planning on finishing these up for the weekend. Here's my cute little bag from By the Lakeside. I love it. What I also didn't realize about these Advent socks, and I guess this is what was kind of messing me up, is there's a whole other run of 24 twice. So I actually can make 2 pair of socks with the Advent, with the one thing. That's incredible. I didn't realize that was going to happen. So I'm going to make a whole other pair using what's left. But don't worry, before I figured that out, I had already ordered another skein from the Cozy Knitter. So I have plenty to keep me busy. I can't wait to show you that once it comes, but I didn't realize I was going to get 2 pair for the price of 1, and I'm tickled pink. So I'm going to knit another pair. As soon as this is done, I'm going to cast on for just a plain vanilla sock, and I'm going to be motoring along with that. That'll be my take-along project. And those I'm going to do toe up, my favorite way. All right, campside. Where am I on campside? I'm on chart 3, and I have done it twice. So I have 1.5 more. So that's getting there. This will be done soon as well. So probably by Sunday I'll have my socks finished and my campside, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And then on my quilted I knit the fifth stripe. So this was day 21, 22, 23 is a stunner. Look at how 23. And then 24. And this is the large skein. This is the full skein, 25. So the back is done. Isn't that fun? I can't wait to knit the rest of it. So those are my projects that'll be going on. Today is Friday, so hopefully I will have most of it done because I'm going to start knitting and designing the sweater for the knit along, which I do with Tabitha of Long Island Yarn and Farm. It is so much fun. It starts in February. There was a soft launch last night where you can purchase the knit along, which it actually is a workshop. We call it a knit along, but it really is a workshop. It's 4 Zoom sessions. It starts in February, and this year it's going to be color work. There are 2 options. You can either knit a sweater, color work sweater, top down, or a cowl. So if you have never knit color work before, if you don't know how to weave in the ends, if you don't know how to knit a sweater, how to keep your tensioning so that it lays nice and flat, you don't get it all bunched up, you will learn cast on techniques, bind off in the round so that it's invisible. You will learn picking up stitches under the underarm so you don't get that big giant holes. You will learn about gauge. All of those different techniques will have their very own video, and then it is put in a private Facebook group for you to have forever. With the price of the knit along, you also get both patterns, and you also get 15 minutes of free time with me, one-on-one private. I found that some people, when in a group, they're not comfortable asking questions, and so that 15 minutes gives you time to work with me one-on-one if you would like. Some people just do it and we chat for 15 minutes, and it's never just 15 minutes with me. That's the knit along that's coming up. The soft launch has happened, so you can purchase the knit along, and if you are interested, I will put that link in the description box. I am very excited for what's ahead for 2025. I'm excited to do this vlogging every week. I asked a bunch of you during Vlogmas, what do you like the lives? Do you like this format more, where you see a little bit more of my life and the technique videos and what I'm working on? And it was a resounding you like the vlog, and I'm thrilled to do it that way. So we're gonna try that for 2025, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to share all the new things that are happening and share a bit of my life with you once a week, and have that as part of my work week. I can't tell you how much how much I loved Vlogmas. I loved everything about it, and I would like to thank all of you for being a part of it, for watching, for your unbelievable comments. Your comments brought me to tears, good, happy tears, and I had a wonderful time getting to know all of you in the comments. And I've seen other podcasters say that, and I never kind of felt like that until this Vlogmas. So thank you all so very much for being a part of it. There was one other, and I wanted to show you, a lot of you had noticed that there was a name that kept popping up in my prayer bowl in the morning, and it was Griffin. And Griffin is my sister's son, and he has given me permission to show you a picture of him. So here's Griffin. If you had watched Vlogmas and you saw me pick him just about every single day, here he is. the other thing that I was working on was a quilted pullover for my sister Catherine. And it always is kind of bittersweet because we haven't spent Christmas together since I think 1991, 90, I don't know, like it was definitely in the 1900s. Yeah, we haven't had our Christmas together in a very, 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 very long time. But I so love putting together her Christmas gifts. This year, I knit her the quilted pullover from the very first Advent I ever received. And it was because it was The Sound of Music, and it was Skein Cocaine from Gina. It was her Sound of Music. I think it was the 2021. It was the Sound of Music 2021 Advent. And it was incredible. It was my first one ever. It was absolutely incredible. And I knew that I wanted to make something from that for my sister. And I just couldn't figure out, what it was. But that was, and my sister was the inspiration behind the quilted pullover. And so I finally got to make her one. And here she is. Isn't she beautiful? And she called me, we FaceTimed, and she FaceTimed me, and she was crying, and she loved it, and it was just so amazing. It was amazing. I mean, I love making things for people when I know that they're going to super duper love it, and she so super duper loved it. So that was, I think, that was my favorite part of Christmas, was being excited for her to open her presents. And even though I couldn't be there, I knew that she was going to love it. And it just made my heart so happy. And then when she called and she was crying and she loved it and her beautiful pictures, and she said it was just perfect. Everything about it was perfect. And that just made me so happy. So that was my favorite part of Christmas. What was your favorite part of the holidays? I mean, they're not over yet, but let me know in the comments, what was your favorite part? If you would like to learn from me, there are a couple days left for the Sheep Locks Wreath class. This is the wee little wreath that you will learn to make and get the supplies for. This is the 6-inch wreath. You will get them in Cotswold curls, which are these beautiful colors. They will be washed. And the class is coming up on January 8th. So it is a 2-hour class. It is so much fun. We did it on the 17th of December. I'm telling you, it was a blast. And the price of the class is $30. You get everything, you're going to need this, but you get the pattern, the form, and the locks that you're going to need. And that class, I think you have just a couple days left until we have to close it down so that we can send out, and by we I mean Tabitha's team, can send out all that stuff. But the Sheep Locks Wreath class will be in the description box below if you would like to take that class. That is a lot of fun to do. All right, friends, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for being a part of this Vlogmas. Without further ado, let's find out who the winner is. And whoever that winner is, please send me your snail mail address at Kimberly@knitarainbow.com, and I will send that out to you. Congratulations to the winner. Okay, friends, here is my channel. There are 19 videos from Vlogmas this year. This is video 1, and the last one is video 19. So let's pick a random number from 1 to 19. Oh, that's 17. So we're going to go back here. This is 19, 18. This is 17. And we're going to grab the link. And now we're going to go to a YouTube random comment picker. I'm going to put the link here. I have to there are 31 comments. And let's pick a winner. Prudence Nedgwicki. Congratulations! All right, Prudence, you're going to need to send me your snail mail address so that I can send you your prize, and you can send it to Kimberly@knitarainbow.com. Thank you all so very much for being here. I look forward to seeing you all next week, and that's all, folks. It is an advent from Chelsea Yarns. So the prize this year is the 2023. No. All right.